Hello Ratbags, it's Jade Plays Games back once again with another Fallout 76 brand new footage, highlight and spotlight of the game. Today we're going to be taking a look at griefing and PvP in Fallout 76. If you don't know, today is the release date that lots of YouTubers, gaming outlets got a chance to get hands-on experience with Fallout 76 in a special event that was held in West Virginia. They got a chance to play it for over 3 hours and lots of news outlets have put out information. If you want to see all of this video, go and check out GameSpot. This is where I got this information from and the footage you're seeing right now. I'll leave the link in the description down below and you can see the full footage. There's loads of stuff we're going to be taking a look at, but I do want to talk about the PvP and the griefing because that does seem to still be on top of everyone's minds about Fallout 76. So a lot of what we're going to talk about has been gone over before or clarified in the last few months since its reveal. But if you don't know, Fallout 76 is going to be a PvP element in it if you want it to exist. Now even if you don't want it to exist, from this clip you can see you are still getting damage. I'm going to explain overall and what this brand new gameplay actually tells us. So initially, if you want to attack another player, you'll give them a kind of warning shot or a slap shot. If you then return fire on whoever attacked you, you then begin PvP in earnest and it will be whoever wins gets the kill and gains caps from killing the other player. If you don't want to take part though, you're not interested in fighting any other real life players, you can do what this guy did and try to avoid it. And as you can see, the developer of the game is actually shooting him. He's a much higher level, he's got various different weapons and he is really going to town on the person showing this gameplay. Now he's not responding, he's probably showing off how the griefing works and how it doesn't work. And as you can see, the developer isn't doing that much damage initially with a couple shots, but when he changes his weapon or his rifle, you'll see how much damage he can do. So you won't do that much damage to another player unless they respond to you. But you can kill another player even if they don't respond to you, so there is a way to do it. You can see he's taking much more shots now, it's appearing on his screen and he is losing more health. In fact, if he uses more grenades on another player, you'll really see the health dip just like that, and he has to use a stim pack. So you are going to get griefers, there are going to be ways for people to do this. As you can see, the griefer, the developer right now, has got a big red marker above his head. Now you can't always see that in front of you on the screen. If you come away a certain distance, you won't be able to see it no more. But if you look on the actual map, it will always appear. So every player on the server can find this murderer. That's what they're calling the griefers, murderers, and you can go and claim the reward for killing him. You can clearly see it shows the developer's level and it shows how many caps you'll be able to get, although the cursor's above it right now. So this won't disappear from the griefer or the murderer until he's killed by another player. So the idea is it's meant to put people off griefing. You're not really meant to go around continuously harassing other players or shooting or killing them. You'll gain nothing from doing it, you don't get any caps for being a murderer or a griefer, and it just becomes very much a trolling idea. With everyone on the server able to see you, they're going to be hunting you down just to get some extra caps from you and the kudos from taking out a murderer. Now what I've seen from other content and some articles, when you engage in PvP and you both agree to that PvP and you're shooting at each other, you can actually spawn very close to each other. So when you do kill them, you will spawn very close and you can go ahead and try and get revenge to gain some extra caps back, or at least try and get some of your loot, etc. When you die, you'll lose junk and you'll lose caps. But again, I stress, only if you have agreed to take part in that PvP. Now, for a long time, I've been trying to work out a way to give you all the information I think that Bethesda really steered away from having it more PvP focused. I do think from the trailers they've shown and the initial reveal, there's a lot more to this game that was going to be centered around PvP actions. But because of the feedback and because of the way the community reacted to it, I do think they've watered it down quite a lot. There is just quite a lot going on here. This next clip is called Hunt or Hunted. The player here picks up some loot from an airdrop, which is interesting in itself as well. So there are going to be loot drops that just fall from the ground or just appear, and you'll be able to get special things like this flaming fork. But what he does find is, going through his radio, he can initiate a PvP session. Now I'm calling it a session because that's what I really view it as. It's kind of a call to arms to say let's have a little bit of a tear up, let's have a fight. It's actually in the radio logs. When you initiate it, it announces that there can be 4 spaces and you have a challenge of hunting another player while you're being hunted. I think this is a great idea for people that really want to have more PvP in the game. It gives people an opportunity to set up your own private little death team matches. You might go and find a good location like here with some randoms, you might announce it on the server or literally just with your friends, and then you can all meet up and prowl around a certain zone trying to take each other out. Now unfortunately it didn't show what happened because he didn't find any other players to take part, but I imagine you do get some extra caps or reward for hosting the event or taking part in the event, and it's just something else to add to that PvP flavour for people that want it. So PvP really is there for people that want to take part. It's not there for people who don't, but you are still going to face the risk of getting killed and just being basically griefed a little bit or put off what you were actually doing. Now there are report functions as well, so if people carry on doing it or they're really thinking up devious ways to really grief you, you will be able to report them in game. What's interesting is I came across an interview with Todd Howard where he was talking about how someone had set up a trombone or saxophone or something, a musical instrument that was playing in the middle of the road, and as other players came to investigate it because they could hear the sound, hidden on the roadside were turrets that opened fire on the player, and that's what really has got me thinking more and more that they want some of this PvP action to take place. That's definitely a trap, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be happening a lot. I am going to design some traps like that because that sounds like fun to me. Now it's still not clear exactly how turrets work, if they're always going to be on and just shoot at any single player that comes nearby, or if you have to turn a setting on, or if they actually only shoot at players that are griefing you or have shot at you. What we do know from some other crucial PvP aspects is that when you come across a workshop, and workshops are higher value areas that you can actually claim, that is a place that other players can also come and claim or try and take control of. When you log off, it will be open to anyone to be there, but when you've got that area claimed, you can set up turrets because you're going to be fighting off waves of NPC enemies. It's like a horde style mode. I'm going to be talking about that in more detail in another video, but again, that opens up the prospect that you will be facing other players coming to get you because there's going to be lots of loot in these areas, lots of places with these workshops, these specific areas where you can claim land is pretty important. Now we're just finishing off here, just before a nuclear missile got set off for the end of the session. You can see another developer is on top, and you can see exactly what happens when a player engages. It pops up on the bottom, it shows exactly how many caps you'd get if you did manage to kill him and you responded basically in PvP action. Bearing in mind though, you are going against a player that is already a murderer, so it's not like you've initiated PvP here, you're simply trying to take down someone who is already labelled a murderer. I think this is going to work, I really do. Now another point to make is that they're near the Fallout 76 vault entrance, and the first few levels you will not be able to kill players that emerge. So if you come out of this area and you're like level 0 to 5, other players won't be able to simply just spawn there, camp there and just kill you as you always pop out. However, if you go back to the area and you're above level 5, then there is a chance and opportunity for other players to kill you. So best avoid Fallout 76 just in case you do get a few arseholes who want to spawn camp the area just for lols. What we've also learned is that when you've got your camp set up, then other players can attack it, and we've known that for a while, but we've got more of a real sense of how it will work. When you log off, your camp will log off and it won't be there, and other players won't be able to raid you while you're not playing the game. But if your base is in a certain zone and you are online and that nuclear missile comes and lands, or other players decide to come and attack your base, they can do damage to your base and theoretically destroy it and try and loot any of your stuff. To combat that, every player has a special box or special chest that only they can access, not any other player. Again, it's not 100% clear exactly how much loot other players will be able to get. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they're going to be able to take all your resources and all your stuff you've been putting in your chest. The only thing I think they'll maybe be able to get is some junk and some caps. Otherwise, that promotes the idea that you'll just log off every time a player attacks you. I'm going to dig around and see if I can get some more footage of exactly what happens when a camp is attacked by other players and what kind of resources you can take from their camps. But so far, as I know, camps really are yours and yours only. They'll go away when you come off the servers, and even if they do take damage, you'll be able to repair them really quickly and easily, and you've got a blueprint for that camp so you can move your base anytime you want. And that's part of the aspect of getting away from nuclear missiles. When they launch, you'll be able to just pack up your camp and go to another area that's not going to become irradiated or damaged. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, taking a look at all this footage, taking a look at all the articles and giving you even more information, facts and what I think about the game coming up. I'm really hyped for Fallout 76. I'm going to be playing it massively and I want to get a little crew together. So come join my Discord, come share any information you know about Fallout 76 and get ready for the 23rd of October when we'll be playing the beta as soon as it's ready to go. I am Jade Plays Games. Don't forget to like this video and I'll see you ratbags for another Fallout 76 video very soon.